So let me get this straight. If a woman wears less clothes, she's not sexualized. People don't see her as a sexualized object. People don't see her as an object at all, right? Her parts are not objectified. Am I right? On the other hand, when a woman is covered up, wearing a scarf and wearing conservative clothing, she is objectified, she is sexualized, and she is nothing but property to men. How much sense does that make? Like, do you actually say it out loud before you type it to hear yourself? Because it makes no sense at all. Only in this Western ideology thinking, they've turned it around to make women like you think your freedom lies where your clothes are taken off. That's where your freedom lies. That's where you're objectifying yourself, because you can't sell anything these days without sexualizing the product because you put a woman that's half dressed on the front of it. How much thinking does that take? I think you forgot to take your reality pills. I mean, I've seen your comments in previous episodes where you clearly have an issue with Islamophobia, with Arabs in general, and that comes through. You're not it's not hiding, you know, your dislike or possibly even hatred for people that are not the same color or religion as you is coming clearly through. Women don't have to objectify themselves. A man has never had to dress in a certain way to get ahead in life. Why do you feel like you have to take off your clothes in order to be not objectified, not sexualized? That's not even reality. Only in this reality, this liberal Western ideology reality, we are expected to pretend that common sense doesn't matter, logic doesn't matter, biology doesn't matter, and we have to pretend that a woman walking around sexualizing herself is not sexualized at all. The gall that you have to come here and say that a woman who is dressed conservatively, non-sexualized, in a modest manner is actually sexualizing herself, is actually making herself into an object. You have serious issues. You and the rest of the liberal-minded woke crowd that think that taking off your clothes makes you free. Men don't have to take off their clothes or sexualize themselves to get ahead in their job. Why do you have to? So you go ahead, because I live in the West. I live in a democratic society, supposedly, and according to the democratic rules, everybody should be able to do what they want as long as they don't hurt anybody. What is it to you? Why does it bother you that I'm dressed like this? I'm wearing a scarf and I'm wearing also mascara. Why does that bother you? Why do you feel the need to shame other women? Are you perfect? I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. I'm not perfect either. I'm a human being. Human beings are not perfect. I might be vain, and I like to wear my mascara and eyeliner. What is it to you? So, as human beings, we're not perfect. God is perfect. The words of God are perfect. The Quran is perfect. Scholars with PhDs attached to their name have taken the Quran apart and found no contradictions in it whatsoever. But since you have never read the Quran, you wouldn't know that. I think you should sit down and stop talking. Nobody needs to hear your biased, bigoted, Islamophobic opinion. No one needs to hear that. Until you sit down and you do some reading and you educate yourself on what is the actual difference between sexualizing yourself and not sexualizing yourself. And start living in reality, because you're not living in reality. You're living in woke liberal world. Okay? You know what? Islam is the fastest growing religion, and the reason is because people read, educate themselves, and sadly, you're not one of those people, but the majority of the people that are converting to Islam are women. You know why? Because they read. Unlike you, they read. I suggest you go and read. That's the problem here. You're not reading anything, okay? Women didn't have rights until the last few decades in Western societies. In Islam, women had rights. We had rights to earn a living if we wanted to. We had the right to own a business. We had the right to have our name. You know, because here it's a rite of passage when you get married to go and change your name to your husband's name. That is called ownership. Muslim women don't do that. We don't change our names because we're not owned by anybody. Okay? Look at that in your society, in your mental woke society. You go and change your name because you're changing ownerships in your mind. Muslim women don't do that. We have rights to inheritance. We have rights to vote. We have rights of equality. We are treated as queens in Islam. We're not objectified and sexualized. We're treated with respect. Moms are at the highest level. But you wouldn't know that because you are brainwashed into thinking that your value is in taking off your clothes. So go ahead and take off your clothes and let the rest of us who are conservative and have different values than you go about our business. But shame on you, because if you're a woman, you would want to have equal rights for all women. You wouldn't want to be promoting, I get to wear what I want, but not you because I don't like what you're wearing. Anyway, that's pretty sad. But for anyone who is fasting, may Allah accept your prayers and your fast. And may Allah take away all the pain and suffering of all the people that are suffering today. Assalamu alaikum.